Hello everybody, Cooper here and welcome back to another episode of the Mosswood Academy here on Cricket Captain 2023. We are heading towards the end of 2028. We have played a couple of international series. One was South Africa in Australia. Actually no, it was Australia in South Africa. And then the last one was Bangladesh in South Africa. So our test summer basically. So where we left off last time, we smoked the living bejesus out of Ireland. We then had Bangladesh at home and Australia at home. South Africa in Australia. I keep thinking that was a home series. But we'll start off with the first test, which we won by an innings. It was a very comfortable test match. As you can see, I've made a few changes to the starting 11. So here's the thing. I went with the 4 fast bowlers, which has been custom. Corey, Jones, Haynes and Zenderson, but I've dropped Gibbs and Flair out of the lineup in favour of one of the all-rounders we picked up in the off-season. Now, he has not played cricket at any level so far. His second 11 stats, I think he averages 66 with the bat and 20-something with the ball, maybe 28 with the ball, if I'm not mistaken. And I thought to myself, I want to lengthen our batting lineup because Williams, he averages about 50, 55, 54 at test match cricket. So if we can have that batting at number 7, plus a Corey, who's really good, and someone, because I think Wellington averages about 65 at second 11, 3-day level as well. So if we can have someone who's at Wellington's capabilities bat 6, plus someone who can bowl some leg spin, I thought that would be a really positive addition to our team. And he started with a 50 on debut. So I felt justified in making that call. In other news, Graham Smith Jr. got a half century as well, with Wellington and Ferguson getting test hundreds. We ended up all out 491 of about 129 overs. Islam for them picked up 5 he did bowl 43 overs. But this was a good first innings. We then bowled them all out for 238. Corey picked up 5 for 72. He was going at over 4 and over, which was a little bit of cause for concern. And then Dana Lawrence picked up 2 for 21 on test debut, bowled 9 overs, bowled really well, was very happy with his performances. And Zenderson, Haynes and Jones each picked up 1. We then bowled again, bowled them all out for 140. Everyone got 2 except for Lawrence, who got 1, and there was also a run out, which was the end of the first test. We were all over them in this match. Second test was a little bit more even. They got 256 in the first innings. Haynes picked up 4 wickets in the first innings. Corey and Jones picked up 2 each, and then Zanderson and Lawrence picked up 1 each. Lawrence was a little bit more expensive with the ball. I only bowled him the 10 overs this time around. With the bat, it was Wellington who got another 100. He got 125. And one of our bowlers, Samuel Okori, picked up 104 with the bat. He's now averaging 31 with the bat, 35 at first class level, which is great. Graham Smith Jr., he's about to enter a run of form which I have not seen on Cricket Captain this game cycle. He has been incredible in the test matches. Lawrence only picked up 2 this time around, and there was a little bit of a top order collapse. We were 5 for 85, but did end up all out for 350 thanks to that. It was about 150 odd partnership for the 7th wicket. For them batting again, we bowled them all out for 216. Okori picked up 4 wickets with the ball. He did end up as the man of the match. Lawrence picked up 2 for 44. Everyone bowled pretty well. Haynes was unlucky to not get a wicket, but he bowled really well. And then with the bat, we were chasing 123. Ferguson got 56. Kurtzen and Graham Smith Jr. finished as the not-out batsmen. We move on to the one-day matches, which we did sweep 3-0. We bowled first in this first match, bowled them all out for 241. Gibson Flair picked up 6 in a really positive bowling performance. Dana Lawrence picked up 2 for 50 and Haynes picked up 2 for 43. We then chased it down fairly comfortably with De Villiers picking up another 100. He's gotten quite a few hundreds this year so far. Kurtzen finishes the not-out batsman with Graham Smith Jr. And yeah, there's a pretty comfortable run chase, I must say. And the second one-day international was a little bit closer. We actually batted first this time around. There was an opening stand of 194, and somehow we couldn't turn that into a 300 plus total. It was very weird. We lost a lot of middle order wickets very quickly. This is sort of the batting lineup that we've used. Was it different than the last match? Let me double check. No, it's the same. Whoops, that's the wrong one. I'm all over the shop. But yes, we also brought in Dante Daniels for his one-day debut. He's been playing some 20-over stuff this season, which you have seen. But, you know, domestically, he averages 73 at one-day level. And he's been really good. He's been pretty good. I got the one not out in this game. And Lawrence finished 4 not out. So, apart from those 3 middle order wickets that weren't that good, we batted very well in this match. And then with the ball, we were exceptional. Lawrence picked up 4 for 58 in his best bowling performance so far. Akori also picked up 3 for 31. And then the other guys each picked up 1 wicket each. And then in the final match, bowled first. We conceded 340 with, I don't know how to say this guy's surname. I'm going to call him Tawid, because that's his first name. He picked up 149. He's been spending some time playing for Sussex. They have Leighton Das, who's one of our 20-over players for the Mosswood Academy, but they were really good with the bat. We were not very good with the ball. Akori picked up 5, but he also did concede 83 runs. We somehow chased it down. We were sort of behind the game in terms of the run rate, but with the efforts of Graham Smith Jr., Lawrence, Daniels, we were able to get there in the last over. In the last over, we needed about 15 runs, and somehow we got there, thanks to Gibson Flair, who hit a couple of boundaries in the last over to get us over the line. And then we had one 20-over match where we won by 69 runs. 4 for 196 was scored. De Villiers got a half century, as did Kurtzen, who finished 55 not out. Wellington got 30 off 17. And then Lawrence was the other not out batsman who finished 8 not out. And then with the ball, we were very good. All out for 127. Akori and Flair picked up 3 wickets each. Lawrence didn't take any wickets, but was very economical. And then Haynes and Jones picked up 3 between them. That moves us on to the Test series up against Australia. We very much, funnily enough, Bangladesh were a lot more competitive than Australia in this series. This was quite an interesting match. We won by an innings, despite Australia scoring 460 in their first innings. We really struggled to bowl them out. Collier, who is a regen player, he's averaging 59 at Test level, 58 at domestic first class level. He's been really good and was really good throughout this series, had a run of good performances. Was a pain in our backside. Cameron Green's in and around the squad, Pekowski, Aaron Hardy, Todd Murphy, Lance Morris. So there are some names that I do recognise, but a lot of the international players, like your Steve Smiths, your David Warners, your Kawajas, a lot of guys from real life are now gone, replaced by regens. And then we batted second, and we got 9 for 740, with Ferguson getting his highest Test score of 250. We did play some domestic stuff in between the Bangladesh series and the Australia series, and Ferguson got a double 100 in the one first class match that we did play. So he's got back-to-back double hundreds. Graham Smith Jr. got 191. Lawrence got 71, which is his top Test score so far, I believe. And yeah, we did really, really well. So we then shuffled on to the second innings, and we bowled them all out for 184, with Lawrence picking up 3 for 45 for his best Test figures. Akori picked up 5 for 47. Haynes and Zanderson got 1 each. But yeah, the pitch was really turning at the end of this match, so Lawrence made the most of it, and bowled really well towards the end. He got the last 3 wickets, I'm pretty sure. Actually, no, wouldn't quite be the last 3, because Akori got Lance Morris out. Second test, similar story. South Africa batted first on this occasion. Kurtzen got 100. Graham Smith Jr. got another 100. Wellington finished 106 not out. And de Villiers and Ferguson got off to a really solid start as well. None of their bowlers were really that impressive. Todd Murphy has got 188 test wickets so far. I will go over some of the who has stood out so far, because we're 5 years into the future. So we're going to have a quick look at some of the overall stats of some of the players, as we are 5 years into the future, and there isn't really a lot of fixtures to go over, so it's going to be a little bit of a shorter video. So I thought I'd go 5 years into the future and have a look at the stats. We then bowled Australia all out for 219. Everybody bowled really well. Akori and Jones picked up 3 wickets each. Haynes and Zanderson got 3 between them. There was also a run out in there somewhere towards the end. We then bowled them out once again for 193 with Collier picking up 77. Critchley was defiant, picked up 77 as well off 237 deliveries. It was Haynes and Zanderson, our opening bowlers, who did the bulk of the damage this time around, with Lawrence actually getting 2 towards the end. Did really good in getting some wickets. And the last test was very one-sided. It was a very flat wicket. We batted first and got 441. Graham Smith Jr. got his 4th Test 100 in a row. He has been on a remarkable set of form. So, yeah, he was amazing. Actually, no, this would have been his 3rd 100 in a row, so spoiler alert, he got 100 in the next innings. Lawrence picked up another 70. Cyrus Williams was unlucky to get out for 99, and then nobody else really contributed. But we did get over 400, so it was good. Australia then got 238. They did finish 5 runs short of the follow-on. So instead of getting the guys to follow on, I decided to bat again just to give our bowlers a bit of a break, because I think our opening bowlers, Haynes and Anderson, their stamina was quite low, so I decided to bat again, which is the only reason the winning margin is so high. But Jones picked up 4, Akori picked up 2, Haynes picked up 3, and Lawrence picked up 1. We then batted again, and Ferguson got another 100, as did Graham Smith Jr., who picked up 197. Wellington got 86, and Lawrence picked up 51 off 98, not out. De Villiers also got a half century, with only Kurtzen being the one who didn't get a half century. We then bowled them all out for 216. Zanderson picked up 555 and a little bit of a return to form. He's not been at his best this season, but he has been really good in this innings. Haynes picked up 3, and then Lawrence picked up 2 as our spin option. Which brings us to now. Let's have a look at some team details. We'll look at the test stuff first. But the current year, we've sort of mixed bag with our batsmen. Kurtzen's averaging 43, De Villiers is averaging 42, Ferguson's averaging 62. Wellington's already got 1,000 test runs this season at an average of 83. Graham Smith Jr.'s 902 at an average of 69. Williams has been not as effective as he has been in recent seasons. He's averaging 34, although striking the ball very nicely. Lawrence has been very good since he started. He's got a healthy average of 56, with 17 wickets to his name and a bowling average of 25. Gibson Flair only played the first couple of matches until he was overtaken by Lawrence. He's got 10 wickets at 27. Disco Jones, 110 runs with 33 wickets at 24. Haynes has got 40 wickets, Zanderson's got 30, and Akori has got 41 wickets, and also the 329 runs, which is largely made up of his Test 100 that he made. But if we look at the first class stuff and the one-day stuff, if we go one-day competition, how did we actually go in the domestic one-day competition? We finished 5th in the... Actually, we haven't finished yet. So we're likely not going to make the final stage, unfortunately, which is the first time in a little while, because I think we made the finals last season. But we did lose the Provincial T20 Cup once again, which is a little bit unfortunate, but we did play 2 first class matches that I took over. I didn't play any of the one-day matches, but I did play some first class matches with a few of our test guys, and we did win our first 2 matches. So we did get some good form into some other players, which we're going to look at now. So if we look at the first class stuff, so Ferguson got a couple of double 100. If we go to his form graphs, yeah, he got 248, and then he got the 250 against Australia. So he's in really good touch at the moment. Dante Daniels also was in some really good form. He got 201 not out, then he got the 113, and then he's been playing some really good one-day cricket so far this season. So he might be in line for a test match call-up if he continues his terrific form. He's still under contract for 2 more seasons, so we won't have to worry about that. But in the one-day stuff, he is one of our key members. Titus Matthews did get 100, and he's also been contributing as one of our opening batsmen in the one-day stuff. He's obviously doing very well. He's 20 years of age now. When's his contract due? He's up at the end of the season. He's definitely one we'll look to bring back. He is under some opening training, so when we're away and Ferguson and de Villiers aren't here, he's opening with Willoughby, who's also in good touch at the moment. Picked up 100. Picked up 200s actually in the one-day stuff, so his contract is also up. So we definitely look to bring him back. Varen's only played a couple of matches and has got 1 run to his name, but we're not paying for him, so it doesn't really matter. Zuberi Good, he's an interesting case. He's not been very good, ironically enough. Very economical with the ball at first class levels, bowled 12 overs. At the one-day level, he's not been very efficient. Not very good run scorer and not very good with the ball. So, yes, we did sign him to a 3-year contract. So, obviously, he's got plenty of time to turn that around. But it'll be interesting to see what happens from there. Archibald bowled well at the first class level. He's also done some decent stuff in the one-day team, although I think he has been dropped. But apart from that, and then we had Baker and Bunshoten, who are the 2 new guys we've brought in, the new fast bowlers. So Rolly Baker, 11 wickets in 2 matches at an average of 12, which is really good. And then Bunshoten, he's been terrible in the one-day stuff, but he's been really good in the first class stuff. So it'd be really interesting to see how his form turns around in the one-day stuff, and the T20 stuff, which we'll be playing shortly. If we go over quickly the one-day stuff, Xavier Johnson has been outstanding. He's now averaging 53 over the one-day stuff. He's not really so much of a bowler in the one-day stuff, but is really solid with the bat. Gets a lot of not outs, which does boost the average. So he's been really good. And then Matthews and Willoughby, which we've covered, have been good, as well as Neil Williams, who has definitely turned around some form. We played him in the second 11 for the first class stuff, but since the one-day stuff has started, he has been really, really good with only 1 score under 50. So we might have to reconsider his place in the one-day setup, because I don't think he'll break into the test team. I don't think he's quite got that in his locker. But in terms of a one-day player, we might have to reconsider him as an option. But that just about does it, because we've got a lot of time between this fixture now. We're on the 21st of December, and our next fixture, which is 2 tests against Ireland, which start on the 1st of February. So I've got a lot of games to play through, and then we'll probably come back at the end of the season, at the end of this portion, after we play Australia again at home. So that is March 2029. So we'll probably come back at that point. But just to end the episode off, let's have a look. If we go to all players, I want to have a look at some of the test stuff and see who is still around and who has been doing really, really well. So these are the top test run scorers in our database at the moment of players that are still active. So you can see players like Joe Root, who are 37, who probably hasn't played test cricket. He's played test cricket this year, but he's not very good anymore. just because of his age. Players do regress as they do get older. But he's played 185 tests, 15,000 runs, at an average of 47. Smith has been out of the test side for a couple of years now, 2027, but still a very healthy test average. Kane Williamson also in a similar boat, hasn't played since 2027, but I wouldn't be surprised if these guys retire at some point. Ben Stokes hasn't played test cricket since 2026, hasn't played international cricket since 2027, mainly playing for Durham and the international circuit, the franchise circuit. And in terms of all-time wicket takers, Southee is top of the list, just in front of Cummins, Bumrah, Rabada. Obviously, he's only 33, but he's not going to get in front of our team. Ollie Robinson's got 319 test wickets. Shaheen Shah Afridi's still young, so he's got plenty of time to overtake Tim Southee. Marco Jansen, we might see him back at some point. What's his form this year? He's been okay. Not as good as last year, but his form is getting better. I probably would like to see some more runs out of him. And then Mehdi Hassan, he's been doing very good for Bangladesh. Naseem Shah, the 25-year-old, he's already got 234 test wickets. But where do some of our guys stand? If we go to... we'll go here. We'll go first at test matches. If we go combined... So Ferguson has already got 2,000 test runs and an average of 68. De Villiers 2,000 runs and then 1,600 runs at an average of 56. Kurtzen 1,900 runs, an average of 61. Williams, I am going to be playing him in this one-day circuit as he is playing very well. He's got just 1,000 runs and an average of 44. Lawrence has just started. He's got an average of 56. But then we get into the bowlers. Haynes has 55 test wickets at an average of 23. Zanderson has 74 wickets at an average of 23. And Akori has 110 wickets at an average of 22. So he's already past the 100 wicket mark. He's only 19. So he's only going to get better. And then if we go down our list, Graham Smith Jr. has 1,900 runs at an average of 65. Wellington, 1,200 runs at an average of 80. I do expect that to come down. He's just in really good form at the moment. Williams, 1,200 runs as our wicketkeeper, an average of 54. Varane, he's only got an average of 31, but I wouldn't say he's one of our key players. And then Gibson Flair, 386 runs at 55. But with the ball, he's only got 14 wickets at 41. So that's why he's out of the team at the moment until he gets some better first-class form. Disco Jones has 119 wickets at 22. And I believe that covers all of our team in terms of where we stand. In the one-day stuff, we'll have a quick look at the one-day stuff. De Villiers already has the 2,000 one-day runs at an average of 71. Kurtzen has 1,000 runs, average of 51. Graham Smith Jr. is just shy of 1,000, average of 56. That just about covers it. All of our bowlers are under 50 wickets, except for Flair. He's over 50 wickets now. And then the 20 over stuff, it'll be a similar story. But we're doing very well. But for this one-day portion of the season, but let me just see what the domestic fixtures look like. Because I think we've only got the one-day match, because I don't think we'll make the final cut. Yeah, I don't think we'll make it. And then we've got the Betway SA20 competition, and then we've got the Irish Tour. Not the Irish Tour, it is the Irish Tour. So, but yeah, that will probably do it for today, guys. We've only got this one match, which I'll play and hopefully we'll win. We're probably overqualified to play this match. We are playing Titans. And then we can get into some 2020 cricket for a little bit. And then we will be back into the test stuff. We'll be reviewing the test stuff, I suppose, in the next episode. So if you enjoyed the last bit of this episode, guys, where I look over some of the stats, if maybe next episode, if there's anybody you want me to look for, because some players would have retired, name drop in the comments section. If you want me to look at someone like Virat Kohli, for example, we can go and have a look at his career and see where he ended up. But I hope you enjoyed today's episode, guys. I am really enjoying these episodes. I know someone commented, you're probably seeing this a couple of weeks later, but someone commented the other day that the series is getting a little bit too easy. I am playing on the medium difficulty, so I can't make it any harder than it already is, if that makes sense. So I suppose I can't really be faulted for good recruitment. That's not really something I can control. I'm just trying to make the best team possible. So when we play the domestic stuff, it can be a little bit one-sided, but in terms of the international stuff, it does get a bit harder then. So I hope you can understand that. But then we did sweep Australia fairly comfortably. Australia seemed to not get as good as you further get into the features. I was reading through some of the forums, and that seems to be a case with a lot of people. So I hope you understand that in the domestic stuff, I can be understanding it being a bit one-sided, but hopefully with the international stuff, it does even up a little bit. So, but that'll do it for today, guys. If you enjoyed today's video, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch up with you next time for some more Cricket Captain action. Bye.